Well, and there's a mindset there, um,
Mm.
like being at peace with friction. Like if you fully expand your thinking philosophically, and you just say, look, we need friction to appreciate the groove.
Yeah.
You look at anybody in life where it just seems effortless, whether it's a golfer, athlete, any type of high performer. I don't know how, I mean, it wasn't effortless in the beginning, probably. They had some friction, and how they dealt with the friction gave the groove meaning. One of the byproducts of that is not taking anything for granted.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a neat mindset there as well. Okay, so Stan, let's get into the weeds a little bit more. So I
Sure.
want to talk about this mentor protege dynamic. So we had a call a while back, and you said something to me that I thought was pretty profound. And you framed it, if I remember correctly, as so you want to become a financial advisor. And you were talking about the next crop of advisors that are perhaps in school or maybe in a job. They might be in an accounting position and they're unfulfilled, and they're thinking, you know what? Like with you said, okay, insurance, it's fine. It's a transaction, but I want to level up. I want to be more panoramic. Talk
Yep.
to me about the advice you give to somebody who is a protege. How can they find their stride, and what is the right approach? Give us your 2 cents there.
Yeah, I think there's a couple angles to this. I think about the high level people you coach, like that. They have a perspective that we have to be aware of, and it makes me think of a book, Business Made Simple, where when you enter into a business, you need to find out like what's keeping the owner up at night. Like, how do I 5x my salary as quick as possible so I become irreplaceable? And I think with a lot of the seasoned advisors I work with and get to hang around and still learn from, there's this element of frustration of like, well, what are we going to do now? Like there's not this wave of talented studs coming up that giving us a peace of mind to let this business go on, and we get to step aside and maybe be involved just enough because we want to be involved, but I don't have to run it every day and do it. And so I do think there's this element of like, well, there's not enough talent coming. What are we going to do?
Mm.
But also I flip that and I'm like, I don't know if we're preparing the talent very well.
Mm-hmm.
And this is almost an industry problem, because it's like, how do we tell people before they get their first internship, here's what it looks like to be a financial advisor. Oh, and by the way, there's multiple paths you can take. There's an average path or there's an elite path. And the elite path requires X, Y, and Z. Well, to do X, Y, and Z, you have to tap into something in yourself that you maybe are not aware of yet. Maybe it's true that there's a generation coming that hasn't experienced a bunch of traditional adversity. And there's a great saying, I think, something where it's like, strong times create strong, or hard times create strong men create good times create weak men. It's like, we do live in the safest, quick access society in the world, which is a blessing, but also we have to be aware of like, okay, that maybe that's handicapping us when it comes to adversity and tenacity. And so there's some part of me, because I didn't have a path. I didn't really have a lot of mentorship when I got in the business, of saying, well, how do they even know about it before they accept the internship and realize like, oh, financial advising, selling. Oh, it's communication. Oh, I actually have to have technical expertise. Like I can't, like, I got to dive into the books. And so I think there's kind of a couple ways to attack it. And I know that's why we got excited talking about it, because, you and I address different markets where it's like successful business owners that are like, how am I going to transition? Also mirrored and kind of paired with, what's the responsibility to get these people teed up and set better expectations so we have less turnover? I remember there was a term at the firm I originally started with where he said it's like crashing Ferraris, because every, person that quit, you pretty much lost 200 grand on them or so, because the training and the time, but only 1 out of 10 might make it. I was like, there's got to be a better way than that. Like there has to, it's probably not 100%, but it shouldn't be 10 at the end of the day. And so that's something my team that we're working on, kind of how do we build content? How do we at scale improve that terrible metric that we've all kind of,
Accepted.
been accepted for so long?
Yeah.